pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, it's Tuesday, January 13th. Myself and Commissioner McClure are in. Commissioner Adler out of the office today and is gonna try to get onto Zoom. Join the meeting. Miranda's here and Jack Foster and Justine Richmond are in the crowd.
In the crowd.
In the crowd. So get on with the board minutes from January 6th, 2026.
Okay. So. Board minutes for January 6, 2026, I move to make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second those. Public comment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried fast. We'll move on to the review and consideration of public comments submitted, revisions of December 16th meeting.
Okay, I haven't visited with Blaine. I feel that Blaine hasn't given his opinion on it, whether or not we're to change those minutes due to public comment on those minutes. That my opinion on minutes is that it's not verbatim, it is decisions made and putting actual conversations from minute to minute to minute to minute to minute. I feel that they could get on the recording and listen to it.
Yeah,
But I haven't heard from, if you want to just put them in because of the conflict between the public and the commission, then that's fine with me too.
You guys have them in your packet.
yeah, they're in the back here, and I think Blaine did look over.
He okayed it.
Okayed with them, but yeah, I think from like here, from here on out, like the minutes aren't exact conversations, they are just a summary of the meeting, and the actual recording would be the actual conversation. But Blaine kind of already okayed what the revision was. I would, yeah, the motion. Accept them or not.
So is our motion to put the transcript from the lease agreement from the agenda item on motor vehicle lease agreement, word for word?
The changes are in there. If you can see the revised spot.
So you're not trying to put. So what this is showing me is that, okay, this is where word for word. Is this your request?
No, she's got it. Go after all the transcript.
All right, here, Blanche. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Or said revised. Like maybe. Or.
So this is the revised. And this highlighted one is the actual minutes from the 16th.
That's it, yeah, that's an email conversation. But that, the one under the transcript is the revised version.
So and he's already. I didn't hear anything, did he tell you that?
He looked
He
at
told
it
me.
before he gave him back to Miranda.
He looked at all this.
Okay, what did he tell you? Cause I never heard anything. And if he sent an email with it to me, I missed it. So I'm not saying that. I just need to know.
Right.
Or you won't be sneaking here. The person.
Not public comment, yeah.
I only have one C in my name. I'm just giving you grief. MC, capital L-U-R-E, include. So I just need to see a statement where he says we can accept those that were revised actually from, am I correct in saying that these revised are from Justine?
Yes.
And that's what I want clarification on. If he feels that Justine's minutes, her opinion,
I gotta do some digging here, you guys, ready?
That's fine.
is playing here today.
He should be. I don't know if he's here yet, but I haven't seen him.
All I'm asking for is clarification.
Fine. Go ahead.
So I just wanted
Can
to
you
provide,
state your name?
Justine Richmond, I just wanted to provide additional information to, Commissioner McClure and yourself. So what I did, this actually, the draft is actually not from me, it's actually from AI. These are not my words, these are AI's words. After inputting transcripts into AI, this is what it produced, which is a very objective result.
Okay, thank you. What he's saying is I think those minutes as we have written are unacceptable somewhere. Okay, regarding her suggestion on a better way, please state you will pass that on to the commission. Seems like you already merging Zoom summary with your own. That appears to be a very good approach, and this is from Blaine to Miranda. So do you want to just go ahead and do the AI one for this time, but or do you want me to make a motion to accept? Okay, I make a motion that we accept the minutes stated from Justine Richmond on her comment throwing these minutes into AI, making it more basic.
I'll second it. All in favor?
I,
Motion carried fast.
sorry,
We'll move on into correspondence. This one here is a letter to the commission from the residents and property owners of Red Lion. Of their parking. With the Forest Service in the camp or the parking lot up there. They got this in late, well, we just kind of missed it last week, but, put it in correspondence for now. We have them on the agenda for 26th, I think, 27 for our discussion and whatnot. Next one here is Montana Asphalt Conference from February 9th to the 10th at the Hilton Garden Inn in Missoula. It's a 2-day deal. So I kind of maybe we'll ask Paul about this in case it's something we could send some of our guys to for just different ways of pull patching or something like that. We'll look into it. Next one here is from Mako for the 2026 Economic Outlook Seminar.
okay, may I comment on that?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I do think you're correct in, we need to present this to Paul and to get on the, so that the person can sign up. Because, we don't know how many they allow to come in, so I think they should have been today on it.
Yeah. I think you got it today.
Is he gonna be here today?
No, I think he's getting it
Oh.
fixed. So this next one is from Mako, Economic Outlook Seminar. It's coming to 9 cities across Montana between March 27th or January 27th to March 11th. Looks like they're coming to Helena, Great Falls, Missoula, Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Kalispell, Lewiston, Haber. Do you know what this Outlook seminar would be? We'll look into it, and maybe one of us can go or.
So one thing on this is that when we had our Mako meeting in the fall, we went over property tax reform and tax reductions, so this is, I guess, Mako putting it on again. Whether or not So this has to do with like data centers and
Yeah,
I don't know if. For me, it would be beneficial or for the county.
this, next one is the annual report for DEQ for gravel pits.
So does that mean there's only 3 gravel pits?
So it's kind of showing here. Got the middle fork. Jim Peterson, I don't know where that one would be. He's got one down at Hall somewhere, and then the Jensen Ranch, which is at Henderson Creek, has a gravel pit there.
So what about like Maz's gravel
I
pit?
don't, yeah, I don't know, do they have their own?
Or is this a different,
Maybe we're just part of this one because of the middle fork,
okay,
I'm guessing. Do I stamp this one since you gotta send it back, or?
Yeah, you can. I'll get with Paul.
so I guess what this says to me is that. These people are. Submitting their annual report and fee payments to the DEQ. And they're just letting us know, is that what, or do you have to sign okay, is that what this is?
Yeah, you fill it out, and if you took any gravel from that pit,
Bigger
Send that in.
production.
yeah.
Oh.
I'll get it.
Next one here is from, Donovan Jones. This is letter of resignation from, the airport, board.
Well, we wish him well.
Next one is from Kareem, how do you say his last name?
Vinyl.
Bino. With Burke. Talking about the fourth part of the 12D comprehensive assessment report, inspection plan and independent consultant team proposal for Flint Creek. Just looking for they got a few days here that will work to, for everyone to get together. It'd either be Thursday, February 5th, Friday, February 6th, and Monday, February 9th. Friday and Monday, we can do it at 8:30 to 9:30 AM, or 11:30 to 12:30 PM. Thursday would be middle of the afternoon, so we'd have to kind of figure out a date, I guess, of when that would work for us.
And HDR and Great West.
And yeah, for HDR and Great West, everyone. I think maybe the mornings would be on that Thursday or Friday, or Friday, Monday, doing it in the morning sometime could be. All right.
Sure.
So in other words, they're giving us a time for our coordination call instead of doing it on our regular session,
Yeah,
making it easier for them.
Mhm.
So it would be a special session.
Yes.
Special session. That was good. Special session.
next one is from Burke, letter that they're letting us know that, let's see. For this is the revised plan for the inspection. from the letter from December 3rd, 2025.
So on this one. They're responding. To our response, and it just says no response is required to this letter unless our. In reference is incorrect in comment, so. Did Great West say anything? What did they say?
Oh, they didn't say anything on that.
So this, in other words, everything's okay.
Next is a email from Elena Gagliano. Asking some questions over the resolutions 2026-1 and -3.
And on this one. I think, we can address it when we get to our resolutions that are on the agenda for the second reading.
All right, any comment on correspondence?
When are you guys gonna make a decision about the special I'm sorry, Justine Richmond? When are you going to make a decision about the special session?
What special session?
The one that. You'll have to have or with the, with Burke. So probably you're gonna have to put it on the agenda for next week,
Yeah.
because,
We'll have to
and
figure
make
out
a
a date.
decision next week.
Yep.
There isn't a deadline on there when we have to notify them. Is there?
I mean, I would say soon, we're less than a month out from all these dates, so.
All right, we'll move on to public comment matters in the commissioner jurisdiction.
Good morning, Jack Foster. So I had a comment and a question. First of all, I wanted to thank the commission, as well as Blaine. And I know Miranda did a lot of work on information gathering the last 2 or 3 months. You know, we have a federal government that's gone crazy, that doesn't act in the best interest of the people. And I know in all the comments, both verbal and written, that, you know, you guys really took the public's concerns and the public's wishes into consideration before ultimately making the motion and approving the motion last Wednesday. So I wanted to thank you guys. I did have a comment on the correspondence. So in regard to the airport board manager's resignation, are we going to migrate the email that he was using, the riddickfield@gmail, I believe was the email address, along with the Google Drive that goes with that? Are we going to migrate that to either like the commission, Blaine, Miranda's control in the meantime until another board manager is chosen, and then turn that over to the other board manager? As well, I believe that KLJ, in corresponding with the airport board over, the last couple of years, I believe that they have information that was submitted by the airport board. And they have a file, I think if we're switching leadership over there, that, we should ask them what they have that was submitted to them, and attach that with the plan that they've submitted, so we have a complete file. And, I'm glad Blaine just walked in, because he could probably speak to both of those issues.
Yeah, I have a email into KLJ, so, yeah, that's a plan there, the, email, yeah, that can, that could be pushed over. We're gonna accept I believe they're gonna have on their, agenda next week to accept the resignation. There's a letter going out to potentially the airport board members here, and, can discuss that.
Again, thank you guys, and I don't know, Blaine, if you walked in, I thank you as well for your work on this stuff.
Any other public comment?
Justine Richmond, on that note, will you be appointing a new, board president?
That'll be after the airport board's meeting, they'll bring, their pick to us.
Okay, so they do the recommendation to the commissioners. Also on that note, will there be a resolution drafted adding specifics and formalizing the motion that was passed regarding the airport?
I think there'll be more of a ordinance kind of pass for like clarifying like who will be turning on and off the beacon and
Is that an ordinance
emergency cases.
specific to the airport? Do they have ordinances? I'm not aware that the county has ordinances.
Take this one.
The county does have a few ordinances, limited power in, making ordinances, but there is power of ordinances over airports, so they can do that.
I have not seen the ordinances on the website. Are they on the website?
Good question. There's, one on, it's on burning, there's one on, vicious dogs. They could, if they're not on the website, they could be, there was one nuisance dog, but that was, sunsetted.
So does it have to be an ordinance or can you do a resolution?
My advice would be an ordinance. That's,
And so the
Yeah.
difference between, explain to me why an ordinance is that
the,
we're
Basically-
setting,
basically the statute calls for ordinance that regulates it. Resolution can too, but the statute talks about, ordinance in this case, so yeah, I think that's my advice. And, you could have, I mean, yeah, ordinance is my way it should be.
Well, when will those meetings, or when will that process start?
At a later date, but we'll be getting on it probably a month or so.
Thank you.
Any other public comment?
so on that ordinance, Blaine? Is that something you're gonna draw up and we'll put on the agenda?
Yeah, I'd say there should be like a working meeting. And I can draft it and we can, yeah, it'd be a working problem. Probably multiple, versions of it, but
Is this a timeline that we have to do immediately, or is this something that can be done?
yeah. I think you have time and, it's a major motion. I don't think anyone's, I don't think there's any confusion on
So the motion has been made that it's
Yeah.
a daytime
it.
use
Yeah,
with emergency landing at night. That's the motion and was accepted and passed.
Yeah.
So right there, that's in play.
Correct.
Until an ordinance is
clarify.
compiled.
Yeah.
Alright. We'll move on to, weekly report, road and bridge superintendent, Paul.
We're just blading roads, doing what we can. We got a guy blading one, we're just working down the hall right now, on that Burt Weaver Road. And we're gonna move around in hall for a couple of days, and I got another Johnny's out here working on that road, and we're gonna try and get some expected, kind of by the Rancho Rock, right, so bad there. Gonna try and get, our plan is to haul in there on Thursday. Try to get some of that healed up. And we're just gonna work in the lower valley a couple days, upper valley a couple days, just kind of back and forth, try to hit a little bit of everything, so we can. We're not gonna get it all hit, who knows what this weather is gonna do, just do everything we can.
Yeah. Are you up, the Knuckleberg Road at all or whatever, that's
Yeah.
subdivision? I got an email from a resident last week, thinking how rough it was, told them that we're getting to it, so,
So that's actually the road we're working on.
okay.
Yeah. So. There's so much mud.
Oh, yeah.
If you take the top off, you know how it is, we're just gonna try and make the top last week, try and mix some material in with it,
Try to fill in.
hope for freeze. Yeah.
Then here we got this in correspondence. I don't know if it's something, I'm sure it's all about there, but. It's like different procedures for Durapaction or
I'll look into it.
for that, or yeah, or it might just be just for paving too, which we don't do.
These are the permits for that gravel pit that we need to get signed and returned.
Yeah,
to the state.
yeah.
I got with Matt Pierce, we went over all his questions he's got on different roads, and he's gonna be calling in this afternoon, I guess, on the agenda anyway, but. So we got all that clarified up.
Okay.
One of the deals was that where we have the dump road out there, just out of Hebert, we put dump road signs on there. It's actually Collins Lane,
Right,
but we put dump road on there because nobody could find the dump road. And on your GPS and your pickup, it actually comes up as dump road anyway.
does it, okay.
So he's gonna bring that up and see if you guys wanna put that back as Collins Lane like it was. And if that's the case, we could just get some Collins Lane road signs and put them on there and leave the dump road on there as well. You guys just let me know what you wanna do with that.
Okay.
But other than that, that's kinda, yeah,
Playing in the mud.
playing in the mud. Playing in the dirt.
Yeah, I didn't have much else, just. Yeah,
Yeah, I won't be in next week.
okay.
I had my weeks wrong.
Yeah, I thought of it this week, you're out, but.
So on that, if it does pertain to, patching and stuff, I think it probably is good to send the road crew that mainly does the patching just for refresher course.
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Classified as training hours.
Yeah.
I will figure out what it is and let you know. But we have a couple guys that are mainly doing all of that stuff. Yeah, we'll send that over. If that's what it is, if it's not, I'll just see what it is.
Is there any public comment for Paul?
Justine Richmond, last week there was a 4-foot roller that was mentioned. Did you guys find that?
Scott was asking those guys what it was. I don't know. I haven't talked to Scott.
Yeah, he was still.
I know it that, Quants has it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grounds,
Quants for sure has it, doesn't matter what location it's at.
right down at the rodeo ground, I'm guessing.
Huh?
Did you say Kiwanis?
Yeah, Quants Club,
Oh, okay.
they did do whatever,
Probably at the rodeo ground, I bet.
I imagine. They use it when they put that walk park and all that stuff in down in front of them.
so it's on loan. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they've had it for years.
I know Paul was gonna make some more, or Scott was gonna make some more calls last week, we'll track it down, so. Is there any other public comment for Paul?
See you later, thank you.
See ya.
Have a good
No,
one.
thank you.
Take care.
Alright, we'll move on to solid waste. District's weekly report.
I thought we were gonna address this when the weekly report was prepared from the Drummond site.
I think were we gonna send a letter to him, or did we send a letter? There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, over here. There it is.
Next one.
So we haven't addressed it yet.
So the Drummonds look like just normal day-to-day operations. For the Phillipsburg site, I think us came in on Saturday. Todd, sound like Nick Kessler is gonna be up there this last weekend to do the repairs and whatnot on the backhoe.
So Blaine, on this letter that we're sending to John, it's dated for today. Concerning,
Yeah, I guess I'd close it if you're talking about that letter. If you wanna talk about it.
so is this something that has to be a motion made, the letter sent?
Yeah, so, yeah.
I mean, is this something that can go on the agenda for the solid waste report?
I mean, it could be heard today and, but I would just close that portion for privacy reasons.
We'll go ahead and close for personal reasons or privacy reasons. All right, we'll move on to the dam tenders report for Georgetown. Currently at 6'4", 28.28 feet, 14.64 inches below full pool.
Fourteen point what?
We're at 14.64, no,
So this was 14.88. So it's still coming up.
coming up a little bit now.
Yeah. So as long as it's still coming up,
Yeah,
I'd make a motion that we keep it at 10.
I'll second it. Public comment? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried and pass. Back up here.
Stamp it.
Oh, shit.
Stamp.
Far behind there for a while.
Yeah. It's the whole package.
Seen in the paper that the town got rewarded their bid for the water project
Oh, they did.
in last week's paper. They'll probably be calling here.
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Yeah,
Did see that in last week's paper?
yeah, I got, Department of Commerce grant.
Yeah. 750,000 for the water.
Good.
So, and then their match is gonna be the 100,000.
Yeah, I think that's what Mayor Rash was saying. The match was on
Yeah.
or the
They might even
was
have-
going toward.
Yeah, they might have to add some to it.
Yeah,
They're gonna use it towards it.
yeah. All right, we're a little early here, but we'll move on to second reading and adoption of resolution 2026-1.
Okay, do you have that? Letter from Elena?
Yes. Let's see. What's it here? Want me to read it?
Yeah, what she's addressing in resolution 1.
Okay. So, email letter from Elena dated January 12, 2026, the commission. And to the Granite County Commission, I'm submitting this correspondence to formally request clarification on several matters discussed during the recent consideration of resolutions 26-1, 26-3. These issues bear directly on the statutory compliance, public transparency, and ability of citizens to participate meaningful in county government. During the meeting, questions were raised regarding the official designation of commissioners as part-time or full-time employees. Historically, commissioners met from 9 AM to 5 PM on alternating weeks with work sessions on intervening weeks. I'm not aware of any resolution that formally altered these expectations. That would be, every year the commission does a, resolution on meeting dates, so that's amending that time. It was stated that the commissioner salaries are set in the, well, this is getting more to the budget, but commission's salaries are set in the budget and categories as part-time. That's correct. Resolution 26-1 establishes meeting times only, not office hours. Correct. Basically, people can get a hold of y'all anytime. As salaried officials, commissioners may work more than 20 hours a week. Yeah, I mean, you talked about how the salary is based on an hourly, but, there's, yeah, sometimes you guys work more than that. For the sake of clarity and compliance with Montana law, I respectfully request a statutory resolution-based authority that defines commissioners as part-time or full-time. That is the budget resolution. As any documentation establishing the expected number of hours associated with that designation. I'm not aware of any that says the exact hours you have to work. Confirmation of whether any resolution has ever been modified in the historical 9 to 5 meeting structure. Yeah, the first resolution of every year for the past
30 years.
Yeah, at least since 2015 have been modifying that. And there's questions on 26-3. guess we talk about that when you get there.
Okay, one thing to clarify, if I may, that, in the fiscal year 92-93 is when the commissioners went from, a daily rate to halftime,
What year?
92-93.
92.
And the salary was set that year, they received 4.2%. The county received COLA.
One other clarification too, there is an Attorney General opinion. 47 AG opinion number 13 from 1998, where basically the county commission was setting hours, their hours from like 9:30 to 5. And the Attorney General said, no, that's inaccurate. You gotta violate public meeting laws. You gotta actually state the times that you're gonna be meeting. And so that's what we're doing in 26-1.
Okay, there's another thing where she's addressing whether or not we're following, state rates. We have a resolution for meals that has been set, and that was years ago. We set our rates as higher than the state rates, which is allowable by
Yeah.
resolution.
State rates are a minimum, basically, yeah. And the state rates have gone up over the years. In fact, the mileage one now is about 72.5, so it's
Went up a
kind of
lot.
substantially, yeah.
And on our rates for our, state rates for staying, what is it in there for? It's actual
For hotels.
hotels, because of the fact that you can't get a place. They changed this year's ago because you can't find a place for state rates. And it wasn't fair to the employees to have to pay
Hotels is
over the state rates.
way up.
And that was set by resolution.
Correct.
And that's okay to set up by resolution for Granite County by the commission.
Correct.
Have we addressed everything on her little email?
Whether county reimbursement rates fully comply with state law, they do. Whether mileage for commission and court staff is calculated from the residence of the courthouse or after arrival at the courthouse. So for like, I'm not aware that court staff would not get, like clerk of courts don't get mileage, but a witness would, when a witness or juror would get from the residence.
To the
Yeah,
courthouse.
get round trip. You know, if they're carpooling, they'd only get the one.
So I'd like to make a motion.
Yep.
To accept resolution 2026 as is. For establishing regular commission meeting dates and regular courthouse office hours for the calendar year 2026.
I'll second it. Public comment, Elena? Go ahead.
Thank you, Elena Gagliano, for the record. Again, I have a little problem hearing without speakers in front of you guys. I can't hear that well, but as far as the resolutions, if you want to call them resolutions, and my letter, I'm sorry I wasn't here earlier. I was at a hearing, which was very interesting in itself, but I'm here now and I'm looking at my letter, and I believe it was Blaine who was giving you his opinion, and thank you, Blaine, but I'd like to know the references. And Blanche made a reference to a year that there was a resolution. Where are they? Where are the documents, the actual documents? Saying one thing and having the document two different things. and the codes regarding the travel and mileage. That in particular, I was interested in, not the meals or anything like that, the travel. And I think, Blaine, you said something about traveling from home to the courthouse and you weren't sure of it. Well, if I recall, I looked at the code, the Montana code question, and it did say something like you said regarding traveling from home to your place of work. And so that I would like clarification on. You didn't sound too definite on that. Staff, and there's a question. Maybe you can get an attorney general's opinion or advice on that one. There's questions about that. Clarification, questions, and resolutions, the documents, the actual documents. We're having a major problem with changing our website. And we used to be able to find things last year with the old website still up. And now, so many things are still gone. You can't find anything, and it's even worse. So if there are resolutions and you have the actual document, please, I want to see it. And the public is entitled to seeing this information. Not that we think it's somewhere and check with the clerk and recorder. She should find it or go into the archives. Even the archives are kind of confusing. The whole point in changing the website was to make it more user-friendly. And we're not getting there. Please, this is my turn. And I'm sorry I wasn't here earlier. So this is my letter also and my request. So.
All right. All in favor? Oh, right there.
Justine Richmond, this comment is in regard to 2026-1. While it seems like, and I just learned that it's required, to document the meeting times via a resolution, it doesn't necessarily mean that other things can't be put into the document, or other resolutions can't be done to clarify, for instance, what we talked about a while ago, which is what is an excused absence versus unexcused absence. I know that, Mr. Bradshaw mentioned the airport board, for instance, has bylaws. So if a member misses so many meetings, then they're removed. I don't think it would hurt to have those kind of things in place for the commissioners. Commissioner Adler is absent again for a criminal matter this morning. And presumably he'll be absent again based on minimum jail time. But that's for you to consider. I don't know if there is something. I just learned that there's ordinances today, so I don't know if Mr. Bradshaw, if there's anything in the ordinances about commissioners attending meetings, how many hours they need at work, and etc.
Thank you.
Can I get that question answered? Is there anything written that states, are there any bylaws, or is there anything like an ordinance or a resolution that indicates, excuse me, how many hours a commissioner needs to work, or if they miss so many meetings, then should consider resigning or are removed or anything like that?
There is no current ordinance or resolution on that. It'd be a resolution. But fellow commissioners cannot remove another commissioner, so that couldn't be put in there. Have to be the courts. Also this idea that, you guys have to do all the research for Elena, I disagree with that. Resolutions are public, that she can do the research on that one. There was no question on whether, a witness or a juror gets mileage from their home, that's set. The Elena was one of the ones pushing for the new website. How about a little patience? That's getting ridiculous. There's gotta be some time here to get the website going. That's just nitpicking. And lastly, you're gonna stop giving legal advice, Elena. That's the last time you're gonna do it. You give public comment on the issues and not give your legal opinion. That's not asked for and it's not proper in this meeting. So stop doing it.
Seen?
Just in reason, are there limitations on public comment, Mr. Bradshaw, that would limit that?
Yes, there are. The public doesn't come in and give legal advice, county commission. That's not proper, appropriate, or legal.
I think that's your opinion.
All in favor?
I,
Aye, motion carried, passed. Above, right?
yeah,
Above, no.
um,
Move on to resolution 2026-2. County resolution establishing mileage, lodging, and per diem rates for business travel for calendar year 2026.
if I may make a comment on the mileage is established from the map. For example, if I had to go to Billings, it'd be from Phillipsburg to Billings and back. Mileage on the commissioners that do not live in the district is based on the map. The mileage is, for example, would be from Drummond to, I don't know, are you getting mileage for the,
So,
yeah. I don't do mileage because I'm right, my courthouse is in my district. And you could do mileage coming from your residence to courthouse. The commission are the only people that get that mileage.
Yeah, court staff don't think. But rather than, say if the judge was using his own vehicle, but he has just a hood out of the state vehicle.
So I make a motion, we accept 2026-2.
I'll second it. Public comment?
Justin Richmond, is there any stipulation that an individual, when they go on temporary duty, use the vehicle that the county has versus their own private vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a policy that they use the county vehicle first if it's available, and if they use their own vehicle and the county vehicles there, the state statute, I believe, gives them the half, I think.
And the policy is, it's not the same mileage if you use your own vehicle. If the county vehicle were available and you chose your own. They can choose their own vehicle, but they don't get the mileage that they would get. It's in the statute.
Yeah, statute.
Thank you.
Elena? Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you, Elena Gagliano, for the record, and this is definitely for the record. I'm looking at the agenda. This discussion regarding these three resolutions go from 9:55 to 10:10. So when you disconnected me, for the record, you shouldn't have done that. You don't have your little 3-minute thing up. Every time I watch, you don't have it up. What else? You don't even follow your own rules regarding public participation and meetings. I am speaking, excuse me, and whoever's I don't,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried and passed. We'll move on to resolution 2020-6 or 2026-3. Establishing daily rate.
I make a motion, we, accept 2026-3. Granite County Resolution establishing the daily rate and daily rate of credit for incarceration for calendar year 2026.
I'll second it. What comment? None, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried and passed.
Did I sign under my name?
Did you screw up this time?
They're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that one, my name was last and this one
Oh,
was second,
yeah.
so I thought, oh.
Yeah, I didn't mean.
Alright, we'll move on to the Sweet Pea annual portable sanitation service contract. Oh, looks the same.
I make a motion that we sign the Sweet Pea annual portable sanitation service contract.
I need it for the ones at the landfills, right?
Yeah.
Solid waste size.
So.
No longer
yeah,
landfills.
Solid waste size, sorry.
Not a landfill.
Correct, we don't want to get in trouble.
I'll second it. Or comment?
Trustee Rickman, was there one, I don't think I was here for that meeting, but I watched it. Was there a discussion about keeping keeping one of the portable bathrooms at a location where there was also an actual bathroom facility? And was that agreed upon to keep it there?
Yeah, there's one on there, Phillipsburg.
So
The conversation is about whether the public
Public.
could use them.
use the,
And it's my understanding, I said it could use the bathrooms, but I'm not sure which ones you're talking about.
Right, yeah, back in December sometime. 'Cause there is no bathroom in Ronan's site, right? It's just the porta potty.
Correct.
And then here, there was. The bathroom is up and running now,
but
That's
not
where-
public use.
it's not for public use.
I thought it was supposed, I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be, so, I think they should be able to use it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if we ever,
yeah, I never heard the fact that it wasn't
right,
available to the public. I just heard that when this contract came up.
yeah, 'cause I thought we talked, cause it was during one of the meetings with the solid waste site manager there that,
Potentially you could have it as like, or as an item next couple weeks and
Yeah.
solid waste.
So what our motion is to keep the porta potties at the solid waste sites.
then we'll,
So-
then we'll revisit, and
Revisit,
maybe get rid of the one here.
yeah,
Put 'em-
but as of now, we'll sign this contract.
Yep,
Does that answer your question?
all in favor?
I,
Motion carried and passed. And just, do I sign it or do you sign it for Granite County? I just sign the top part or something.
Yeah.
Give me your.
And this
No,
one, I think I have more space.
I'm trying to remember. About that. Like at the end of November, it was this fall sometime for that porta potty out there, the Phillipsburg one. Sometime this fall, we. Mike, again?
I emailed him, he didn't respond, so, when. He usually writes back, so
Right.
I don't know. I don't see stuff there.
Yeah.
He was here yesterday, so.
That time. Basketball was rough for Granite County this weekend.
Yeah, now Drummond played, or was within 4 of Deer Lodge at halftime, and then, how about you guys?
Anaconda came out shooting by 80% behind the
Yeah.
3-point line, and it was like
So,
30-3 halfway through the first.
that's like Drummond game with them.
Yeah.
We probably had more. Last year when Anaconda came to, last year, yeah, I came to Anaconda, was shooting, or came to Drummond, was shooting like that. That's the first time they've come to Drummond.
Yeah, they lit it up on us. There was nothing we could do. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, we were prepared there through the game, but
Yeah, they're just.
after spotting that many right off the bat, you could never catch them. Then we went to Twin, same thing, like they came out on fire and put it, I mean, it was like 24-3 or something, and then we rallied back in the second, cut it to like, I don't know, 6 or 8.
Has Twin been playing like that?
Not at all. I mean, I was talking to their coach after, like, have you ever come, or you guys come out this hot all the time? He's like, never had a first quarter like that. And I was talking to that one kid that put a lot on us. He's like, I've never shot like that in my life.
Is it the quarterback? Or
No,
is it-
No, the quarterback, he didn't do anything really.
Oh, he didn't?
Brent, he didn't seem really,
He's a pretty good athlete, isn't
that receiver, that tall
he? Yeah.
person, that kid that Levi's cousin's kid or whatever, he did pretty good, but yeah, I mean, we just couldn't get up either.
Yeah, sorry.
And they went losing by 12, we just couldn't come back from that big of a deal, but yeah, it was just one of those weekends.
Well, the guy just keep getting better and better for tournament here.
And we got Sealy this week on
Thanks at
Saturday.
home.
Yeah, at least it's at home
Someone said St. Rita's beat them by 20, is that?
by 40.
What happened? What happened?
They just destroyed them.
Was it in St. Rita?
Yep.
Well, if they play like that, they're the best team in the state, man.
Yeah, I mean, St. Rita's just destroyed them. I mean, nothing, they just played basketball and just took it to them.
Didn't they have a whole bunch of seniors last year too?
Yeah.
But they had like,
They still
there's
got
5
that-
on the bench were just as good.
Yeah, they still got that, like that. The coach's stepson or whatever, he was a sophomore last year, he was a stud, he was
Yeah.
back. Yeah, they just,
Wow.
it was something to watch, I watched that, I thought, holy crap.
Do you watch the Victor Alberton girls game? That
Oh,
Victor
yeah.
girls swing. Yeah, it was like, I don't know if she ever laid a punch,
Well,
but
you can see that, the Alberton girl right off the bat, she just was the one that cuffed her, her
Yeah.
glasses went flying, and then she just tore into her and it'll go against the
okay,
wall.
so I thought she's put her hand on her, but it was.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
it
watched it over
floated.
and over again, but yeah, you could see where she swapped her, and her glasses went flying off.
Okay,
the
so went
floor.
both ways.
So, yeah. It was something. All right, well, TCS,
One question,
Oh.
can you give us the copy of the AG opinion on setting meetings?
The,
Or setting the meeting and not setting the time?
oh, yeah, yeah. Oh. Email that out to
Okay,
me.
great, thank you.
all right, we'll move on to, TCS Northwest update.
Hi, Paul, how are you?
Hi.
It's just a quick
Can you
update.
say your name, please?
Oh, Terry Moreland with TCS Northwest. Just a, quick update. I'm working with Otis right now. We got on a conference call with them last week. And kind of went over everything that was complete. The wiring harness for the recall for the elevator to go to the basement, that is all 100% complete. The only thing left for them to do is install the pit ladder, and they will do that the morning of the inspection. It only takes a couple hours, they said. So we kind of went through, figured all that out. Right now, what I'm working on now is I need to contact all the subcontractors that worked on the elevator, the alarm for the sump pump, electrical, and confirm the smokers, confirm that they were 100% complete and tested. And then I'm working with Otis to, I basically have to schedule everyone to be here at the same time as the inspector to test all the systems. We're looking at the next couple of weeks. It also obviously depends on the state inspector when his availability. So we're hoping to have that closed up in the next couple of weeks. Michael's currently been working on the punch list items in the building. He's been working a lot, couple of weekends. We did recruit some other support and other subcontract companies coming in to help us kind of work on those punch list items over the next couple of weeks. We're hoping to get that kind of knocked out as well. So that's kind of the update right now. A little bit of update, but we're working. Any questions or anything?
So the inspection date will be where we have to put it on the agenda. So you'll give the,
Okay, yeah, I will,
Confirm,
we
yeah.
will notify you guys and let you know what the date is and
Okay.
get that all squared away. So that will, we'll update you on that.
Scott's calling.
Oh,
Hey, Scott.
right. I mean, do we have to
Do you
put
want
that on the
put you on
agenda? So
speaker?
probably likely of it being on a Tuesday, probably wouldn't.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but obviously I'll let you know,
Yes,
so we can
and
have
then-
coordination, because we'll have several people.
If you want two commissioners there, then.
Oh,
need
then
to
you
be,
gotta, oh, that's
yeah,
right.
need to be. So
Right,
if, yeah, or you could do a special meeting.
okay.
Yeah,
so if
I'll,
you could get it on
Yeah.
Tuesday. then-
yeah, I'll see what I can do. Obviously, it just depends on
Yep.
the state inspector, so.
I'll put you on speaker.
But I'll kind of work with them on it and let them know, I'll shoot them an email and let them know that we'd like to, try if possible to get it set for Tuesday.
Please state that it's on speaker.
All right, Commissioner Adler called in, he's on speaker. Do you have any questions, Scott, for, TCS?
What's that, Paul?
Do you have any questions for TCS?
I just seen if they get closer to getting everything put together so we can try it, see what, just kind of frustrated, taking a long time.
Yeah, we're just, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll do our walkthrough inspection.
Okay, well, that sounds good. That's all I need now, just so they can get that extra parts and that, so it's fixed right, not have to, shut down to use it and then start over.
Cause the wiring harness is in, you said, Terry?
Yeah, the wire, I confirmed with Otis that the wiring harness is complete and basically ready for inspection. The pit ladder's the only thing that they'll install today, so, yep.
That sounds good then. That's all I have.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you.
How are you guys?
Not too bad, how about you?
Oh, all right. Johnson thing's next, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, it's a little early. Is he gonna? Oh no, that's for the map. We can go ahead and jump ahead a little bit here and we'll jump right into, regarding the county's boiler service contract discussion and decision.
Are they there?
No. No,
I'm still back to, I think we better just run out their contract and then start looking or start over. I'm just afraid that if we try to, if we go out, if it's illegal stuff, then I don't think we have the facts proof to follow through. That's my opinion. So I just let them run their contract out and then just once it's done, then we can start looking but we have the opportunity to hire somebody else to do work on some of that stuff anyway.
Yeah, I agree with that. Make sure that they're doing the inspections here to finish up the contract and then look at that point. And yeah, can use other people.
Well, I wanna know why it's on the agenda.
Cause remember it was table,
table that.
yeah,
You
Wanted to have-
tabled it, but well,
wanted to have Scott's point of view, I
Oh,
think, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, if they need to make a motion, we're following through with what they have, and then once they're done, then we can step it up a little bit, and plug it into something else.
Okay. Do we need a motion on this or?
Well, I think-
we're already under contract?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, so I think it's, I guess you can entertain a motion, but it doesn't sound like you wanna make one, so.
so I just wanna make it clear that on this discussion is that we've had this discussion with Scott not here and we had it.
Right,
Okay, and so my point was that we keep the contract going and just wait it out, because it was Granite County being complacent and not following through when things weren't done correctly.
Well, there were some,
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah,
it's just-
yeah, there were some things they did as well, but, yeah, county could have done more there too.
When did their contract runs out? Was it 26, 27 fiscal
We
year?
have,
Is that what it was?
it's the year number 10 ends in January 31st, 27. From August of 26 to January of 27 that's the year number 10 for the contract.
I was
And
just,
plus we'll keep a better paper trail and stuff, cause right now, we're just going off of hearsay. And I think we just better just keep a better paper trail and move ahead.
yeah, before you make a payment, making sure the inspections are done.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I agree, Scott.
Alrighty. We'll call in on the next one. Yeah, I'm trying to still get on Zoom. I got it all messed up. I got into somebody else's Zoom. Wasn't good.
All right.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else covering for that or?
I don't know. Was Linda gonna come in for that, Lane?
I think she was coming down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait for Linda to get down here. Oh, yeah.
All right,
Look at that timing.
she's ready to be on the hot seat.
Thank you.
Morning.
These look nice.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they?
Hey, guys.
Your desk, and it lifts,
Yeah.
awesome, yeah. Yeah, good.
Works out.
The commissioners approved that?
Oh,
Then you got a budget, you got a budget.
Gotta keep her happy.
Keep going.
That table gonna be done sometime, or,
I think so.
is it? That'd be good.
Just swap it out.
I'll be
They
there.
have one in there.
Yeah.
Swap.
That'll be the next one to do is this.
I think.
Is there any other furniture in the courthouse?
So we're rotating through those the chairs,
Chairs right
yeah.
now.
we need this fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll-
That done.
They'll do, yeah.
Nagged my necklace on it.
That's next.
Anytime I sit at that table, I'm always bumping my knee.
Yeah, we said this right here.
I know.
Well, there's 2 more of those in the courtroom too, isn't there?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the one in my office went in there.
I think they have a spare one in here too.
Yeah.
Break room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
The break room. Or did, yeah.
wait, yeah. Sarah's got something in there. We can use in the meantime.
I guess since everyone's here for the next agenda item, we'll go ahead and move on to county roads, ownership layer maps.
Matt on.
Yeah.
Okay. Morning.
You hear us,
Morning.
Matt?
How are you guys? I'm good.
Good.
It's been a while.
You just wanna kinda maybe catch us up a little bit, Matt?
Okay. Basically, I think what we're wanting to talk about today, and Blaine and Linda, you can jump in if you need to correct me, is whether or not you want to include county road ownership within the GIS viewer as a layer. I have it in there right now as as a layer for the primary users, which are county employees like Linda, Blaine, Paul, the sheriff's office, Miranda, Sarah, etc. So you have a color coding. Orange is county road, yellow is city, blue is state, uh, kind of a chartreuse, pink or red is private, etc. And I went through the county road ownership map that Paul had given me this past fall, and I color coded it. I had 15 questions, and he and I went through those this morning. He called in and we talked for about 30 minutes and got all those squared away. And I pretty much had everything that was needed. There was only a couple small adjustments that need to be made. Um, Basically, he's indicated that we maintain up to this point or that point, this cattle guard or that intersection or whatever. And so I just need to make some minor adjustments. But yeah, so the question is we haven't released the public version of the GIS viewer yet. Because I think we were waiting on an answer for this question. It's ready to go. We just need to provide a link to Miranda or whoever administers your county website to post that link and give an explanation as to what it is, and then figure out where to put it on the website, under what department or under what heading, and whether or not you want to include any sort of disclaimers on it. There are disclaimers when you open the app, and that probably will take care of most of it. But county road ownership, do you want to include color coding to show that it is county or not county? And I guess I wasn't privy to the discussion as to what your considerations were as far as what you were thinking as to whether or not to include it.
For the county roads there, Matt, there are a lot of county roads out there that aren't maintained. Are those marked at all like non-maintained county roads on the map or no?
No, it's simply showing color coding county versus public versus, or not public, county versus private versus state versus whatever. So it's not a maintenance thing. And for instance, like Edwards Gulch going north out of Drummond, it's maintained up to the last house, but it's a quote unquote county road all the way to the last gate. So another, mile and a half further up, it turns into kind of a 2-track trail, but it's still a quote unquote county road. And there's quite a few instances of like that where county maintenance ends at a particular cattle guard, but it's still considered a county road for much further. So in the data set, I have the ability to add attribution to make the distinctions, but it's really hard to, well, I shouldn't say it's really hard. If you want to go that route and show what's maintained as county and what's unmaintained as county, perhaps we can change the symbology a little bit so that a solid orange underline is showing the maintained portion, whereas a dashed orange underlay shows that it's a county road, but it's unmaintained. That's simply just a matter of putting it in the legend to show the difference. And so if you want to do that, we certainly can. And I can just work with Paul to say, all right, what's bladed and maintained, what's unmaintained. And, the tail ends of these roads are going to show the dashed portion.
So may on the maintained and unmaintained, there is a map in the clerk and recorder's office that was drawn up to what's maintained. I don't know how current it is. But I think maybe this is something that maybe Paul needs to look at to make sure, but. There is one in the clerk reporter's office that shows what roads are maintained and what roads not maintained in Granite County.
And that possibly is the one that he gave me. I mean, I've got an old county map from, I don't even know when.
Yeah.
Color coded in red, that shows what the county roads are. And I highlighted portions of it that the road may have existed 100 years ago, but it's not even, well, I shouldn't say it's not even drivable. Some of these roads are roads that I've never driven because they ended at a gate. And when you hit that gate, it might be a county road through that gate, but it's a 2-track trail heading off through the pasture. So I edited what I have mapped and was accessible and was drivable. It's not to say that these roads aren't drivable, but there might have been a gate, and I knew that there was no structures past that point, so I stopped. So there is stuff that's on the map that Paul gave me that we don't have in your inventory and we don't have marked. A lot of this stuff is 2-track trails that head up into to an old mining claim camp or whatever. And I can certainly spend some time this coming fieldwork season, this coming summer and fall, going and visiting some of these sites and making a determination and driving them as far as they're drivable. That's not an issue, but yeah, there's going to be some question marks still or pending things for sure.
So definitely, I think the maintain, non-maintain could be on the county version of it, of that data, joint thing on that. But the one of the things that we're seeing, like with that, actually the printed copy of the county atlas was like involved in heated litigation this summer with Hafner versus Mayer, where basically they were saying that the road showed up on that atlas, and so it's it's basically making the argument as a public road from that. So I testified in that case, and I testified regarding the disclaimers. The disclaimers are good, saying this is just there's no we're not saying legal ownership in here or whatever, but it's a good disclaimer. But yeah, the Hafner's attorney was still making arguments that the road in question was a public road because of the atlas. I don't think there's been a ruling on that yet. So I'm hesitant. I think Linda's hesitant about putting what's county road in there, so it's going to lead to litigation just over that. The other regarding the 15 questions, Linda and I could, or if you'd send us what Paul and you talked about, then we could look it over too, if that works. And then also there's a third thing that county's talked about taking over potentially some Forest Service roads. So that's still a work in progress, like Little Gold, Royal, some of those. So that's a work in progress too. I mean, it's a separate issue, but yeah.
So I guess I'm a flat no. I don't want it to go out there for the public, not because the public shouldn't have access to it, but more because when you have people from out of state especially who have a realtor, they look at the easy information that's available and they're like, oh, yep, County Road. And that's how far they look. They don't go and do their due diligence. It's like right now, do your due diligence, you have to come here. And we can say, well, yes, it's a county road, but there's some nuances. We don't maintain it, and when we say maintain, we mean we don't do anything. It's not that we don't plow it, we literally don't ever go see you. So it is not accessible in the winter, be it unless you have a snowmobile. So there's a lot more information that they get other than just a flat, oh, it's county road. And that's what I worry about, is that we're gonna have just all of these people. And like Matt was saying, you know, he's gone, and when he hits the gate, he respects the gate and turns around. And whereas if you have those county roads out there, people will just be like, nah, it's county road, I'm gonna just go through the gate. And it's like, okay, it's just, that seems like it's going to set up a big problem of us fighting, and roads are such a complex issue. I just don't know that you can put it on a map and let it stand. It's just too complicated and complex, and it's becoming more and more complex as people move in thinking, this is what a county road means where I live. And so I'm gonna assume this is what a county road means where I'm moving. And it isn't the same. So I'm of a no, I don't wanna see it out to the public.
Okay, so what you're saying is you do not want that layer showing what is county roads and what is not county roads due to the fact that
On the
Public
public,
version.
on the public, to the public front, or to the public.
right,
Okay. Agreed.
that's my argument against.
But that can be on the county
Yes.
layer.
County, and you wanna come talk to us and we can explain, hey, yes, all of these little nuances, then that's fine. You should do that as your due diligence when you're looking, if you're going, and this not due diligence is for mine, but if you're hunting, if you're, whatever you're doing, you should always come and find out, do you have the right to go there? And if you don't, we should be able to say, no, you don't have the right to go there, or that's so-and-so's gate, you need to go talk to them before you just blow through it. You know, it's not just there for no reason, it's probably keeping cattle in, it's doing something. It's usually not just blocking the road, although there are a few. But yeah, I just think it's too complex of an issue to just stick on a layer and put it out.
That's why I brought up if we could
Yeah.
mark it like not maintained at all, just cause I was thinking like, yeah, as soon as I see it's on a county. It's a county road, they're gonna buy that property and then expect to get. Procreated and all that
A
stuff.
lot of realtors are
That'd be
saying,
kind of a. Slippery slope there and make a nightmare, I think, if it were out to the public. They can still come in here and find all the information they need for that road.
Right. And, the other thing is although we try to keep our older records of petitions, we don't have petitions, and there's different ways they've been accepted, and it's just, yeah, legally, roads have become kind of a nightmare. And yeah, I just think it needs to be something you actually physically come and talk to a person.
How are we addressing this? How are you addressing that, Matt?
he probably wants a motion, yeah, but
So
I'll entertain a motion.
not to use county roads designation, maintenance, county road designations as a layer for what?
yeah.
For
for the
public
public.
knowledge. Matt, does that make sense? Hello?
Yeah, I would say county road ownership color coding within the public viewer is not going to be included as a visible layer.
And Matt, that'll take out private everything, right? It'll take out
Well,
what,
I mean,
private and everything.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's your call. We could include the other colors: Forest Service green, state blue, city yellow. But there again, take for example Edwards Gulch going north of Drummond. If we color code it yellow up to the last cattle guard or the first cattle guard north of the football field, are those folks going to say, well, then the town's got to plow it? I don't know where those nuances are as to where the town's plowing versus where the county's plowing, or where they set their plow down and start or stop. So if you draw those lines in the sand, people are going to potentially take advantage of it or complain that you're not doing your due diligence. And so we could be opening up cans of worms with other folks. And if we tag it as a green Forest Service road, um, when in fact it's actually a county road up to a certain point and we make a mistake, I don't know. That's where your disclaimers come into play too. Um, and the disclaimer says, and I'm not quoting it verbatim, but case by case scenario needs to be reviewed by the commissioners for determination. And Blaine and I, went back and forth multiple times over the disclaimers. So, and I understand people don't read disclaimers, they click through them, but legally, the county's covering CYA. We're covering ourselves with those disclaimers, even if they click through them. But yeah, I don't know what the solid answer is, other than maybe you just don't turn it on, and it's an internal guide.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially until we can see the ruling on Hafner, because disclaimers were a critical part of that case, and see if the trying to think who the judge was on that case. Judge Whalen, I think was. But yeah, see how the judge rules on that, but leave it out of the public for right now, because it just
Yeah,
it opens up so much.
all of them. So private,
Yeah.
foresters, everything. We're not, because I mean, Arrowstone's had litigation over their private road. Well, what does private mean?
One,
Some of this
Yeah.
stuff, Forest Service blocks off some roads. Is that noted on there? Hey, this is seasonal only. You can't plow this, you can't do this. They're just so complex that it's just something I don't think you can just flat put on a map and leave it.
one of the things that Hafner's attorney was asking me on the stand was, he had a statute basically saying any document that's approved by the county is prima facie evidence in court. It doesn't say what prima facie evidence is, and he goes, is that in this case? I was like, yeah, it's prima facie evidence of what actually the map says, and it doesn't say it's a public road, so it's not prima facie evidence, it's a public road. But again, that's why I want to kind of see how the judge rules in that case, because those disclaimers might be thrown out by the judge, hopefully not, but.
Yeah, as of for right now, I mean, that's the other thing, like, like you were saying, for like the city, I mean, we'd have to get a hold of these other people too, if the town of Drummond, town of Phillipsburg, if like, what do they plow, what do they don't plow type stuff too. I mean, I think if we do put it out to the public, it's just gonna make a nightmare of everything for all the local
Yeah,
governing bodies.
Yeah, well, they're having to defend those representations, basically.
yeah, I mean, BLM has roads up in the Garnet area and their definition of what it's allowed on their roads is really
Yeah.
tight. You better go get a permit from them just to drive on them
Right.
sometimes, and it's like, it's just, there's too many parties, there's too many variables.
So would the motion be that the county roads ownership where would not be open to the public?
Or any ownership layer.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
any ownership information will not be on the public.
ownership, road ownership information is not to be made public on your maps. Where? Help me out here now.
Yep, I'm jotting notes as we speak, but county road ownership information will be turned quote unquote off.
And any ownership.
Any
Yeah.
ownership.
Yep. And so within the data set, not just simply the color coding, but we do have attribution for ownership, and it's got a value in there: state, county, city, Forest Service. I would just shut those fields off, So essentially, what would be included on the public version would be the road name suffix, any pre or post directionals, address ranges from address to address, um, potentially any remarks like four-wheel drive vehicles only, exclamation point, um, seasonal access only, emergency access only, um, that type of information. Um, because there are some roads that you don't want to be driving down when it's rained an inch, or half an inch. Hell, some of them quarter inch. So, um, I'll do the best I can to eliminate any sort of ownership type uh, attribution before it really gets released to the public. And I can work with Blaine and Linda. We haven't done a draft version of it yet because we've kind of been waiting to see how this shakes out. But before we actually post that link and publish it to the website and notify the Silver State Post that or the Peaburg Mail or whatever that this is available, I think we need to have maybe a work session with Linda and Blaine and Sarah and the sheriff and perhaps yourselves to say, all right, here's the draft. Poke around, take a look. What do you think? And then we can modify one more time.
Okay, so here's the motion that the road ownership layer will not be made public knowledge, but will be internal.
Yeah.
And maybe instead of layer, I would say information or attribution.
Okay. That.
I'll second it. Any public comment?
Yeah, I like the idea of a work session,
Yeah.
and then potentially we could look at little gold and some of those others at the same time.
Yep.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, passed. So, I guess for a time frame for a work session, where do you think it'd be ready for? Or the map would be ready for the work session?
What's your availability? Because the data is digital, it's all there right now, and we can probably do it together. I would get Joe Rhodes from Civic Lens involved in a Teams meeting or a Zoom call and get you folks in the same room, and we can put it up in front of you on screen, and we can be live editing, making those decisions on the fly.
For Tuesday morning.
Next, yeah, what do we have next Tuesday?
Or maybe 2 weeks, give a week for Linda to look at. Do you want Linda to look at it first, or?
That's entirely up to you guys. If you want us to do a draft, it would do the best of that.
Yeah.
Do what we think and then put it in front of you. We can do that.
Yeah, maybe a draft and then 2 weeks. Might do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 27th or February 3rd.
27th. Yes. Yeah, we'll do we'll put on the agenda for February 27th.
Or Jan.
Or sorry,
January.
Sorry, January. At least I know what year it is. 26.
You haven't been putting 25 on stuff?
I haven't done that yet. It's
That'd be
usually
good,
about like
either.
March, I'll write a check and put 25 or.
Yeah.
What time on the 27th?
If there's a work session, probably do it after the regular meeting.
After 11, or yeah, we got stuff from 10 to 11 right now.
I mean, we could have a break, a recess or whatnot and have it at 1 o'clock. Or 12 or something.
Whatever commission wants.
Yeah, we're like, 12:30 work for you, like after
Yeah.
lunch?
I'm wide open, so
12:30?
over.
Sounds good. I will get with Joe and we'll get that draft version put together and we'll get it released to the I guess user group, so to speak, and then let you guys play with it a little bit and take a look at it, and then we can come back, circle back, and have that work session and demo it and show you.
Excellent.
Can you be available? Yeah, we want our planner available too.
All right, well, that sounds good.
Excellent. Thank you.
Right.
I do have one just oddball question that came up with talking with Paul. The road that comes off of Montana Highway 1 and cuts east into Flint Creek Way, which is the road that serves the roll-off site for Phillipsburg. We have the cut across road coming off the highway as Collins Lane in the GIS data. I noticed that it's called quote unquote dump road with the intersection sign that got installed. Paul said, yeah, we put that sign up because people couldn't find the dump. And I just wanted to visit with you guys about it. I can change the data to reflect dump road, but it's been Collins Lane for 25 years in the map data. I kind of feel like it got named for a reason, and I don't know if Collins has owned that hay pasture to begin with, and that's why it got named the way that it did way back when. But in my mind, dump road, yes, it's probably nice to have a sign there to tell people that that's the way to go, but maybe we could put a Collins Lane sign and then put something underneath the Phillipsburg sanitation site this way.
Yeah. And that's what Paul discussed with us this morning too, so I think you probably keep it Collins Lane and then we'll just have the solid waste site sign on the whole too, showing them where to go.
Yeah, something that's two-sided so they see it coming or going. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good. I wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page because I didn't want to.
Yeah, part of that solid waste site actually was a deed from Collins
Yeah.
Branch, so, yeah. It was their property one time.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Thanks.
See you in a couple weeks.
Yep. Bye then.
Bye.
There you go. Thanks, Linda.
Thanks, Linda.
I'll see
All
ya.
right, too.
We'll move on to county claims for January 2026. That's all we have left.
Okay.
So we got stuff to do.
Yeah. Stuff to do unless you need me.
All right. So is this supposed to go up on,
Yeah,
right on top?
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, Blaine.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's Sarah to sign the resolution.
Oh, okay. Did you get one of these? They did.
Yeah.
I wonder if, maybe something bring up to Paul is for use gravel and stuff that he's getting. If he could put on the invoice or something of what projects it's for, so it's easier for us to track
so who did you get gravel from?
So it's from 348. So this is back in this before the end of the year.
So is this still part of the contract we had with everyone on how much gravel they're gonna get?
I think, yeah, and that's Or I don't know.
Well, because I kind of visited with Scott, and I think that we filled our contract with these people, and there's other
Little stuff
Gravel.
we're doing.
pits that maybe like Maz's, they didn't get a bid in,
Right.
where we could probably give them some business too.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I was just wondering, like, like this 1 inch gravel or whatever.
Yeah.
If we had it on here, like, oh, it was used for Rock Creek Road, or did we just use it was just like for maintenance, so you just had it for different spots, or you know what I mean?
So what would happen is he needs to see that claim then before it gets input into the system
Yeah.
and put on it.
I mean,
So,
just
yeah.
something to make it easier
Yeah,
for us.
no, yeah,
going forward.
it's a good idea. It's just that when, does he get the claim or does it come right to the courthouse?
Yeah, exactly.
So if they're submitting the claim to Paul.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, he needs to put on where they put gravel. I
Yeah.
think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So when he requested gravel last week, he hasn't purchased any yet, has he?
Probably started last week, and we'll probably see on next month.
So I don't know if he's been notified to let other gravel people notify them that
Right. It
to
kind
buy
of
gravel
spread it
from
out.
them.
This is where you need that auto pen.
Yeah.
Or stamp.
Just initial it. Auto pen. Auto pen. Ooh. So one thing too that maybe needs to go get some research done on it is I understand that the treasurer sent notice to the hospital about their warrants. It wasn't brought to us. And it's actually not up to the treasurer to decide, it's up to the commission to decide. Because what's going around the county is that they're saying we owe the Granite County, the hospital owes Granite County $1 million and they want it back. And probably what's happening is we're paying the warrants that are getting put in, but there's no cash flow for it. So we need to maybe address that with the treasurer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to add an agenda item?
Yeah, an agenda,
Next week.
simply because I'm understanding it's supposed to come to the commission whether or not the treasurer sends
A letter.
a letter to the hospital, which I know before they registered warrants. I don't know if she's registering warrants because she hasn't informed us. And they're trying to get some kind of line of credit
Right.
from the bank to cover those warrants.
And I don't think she's issued a warrant yet, it was just a letter of like letting them,
Well, this is,
letting them know that.
see, usually warrants have to be registered if they don't have so they're paid out of a different fund.
Okay,
So we'd have to pay those warrants out of a different fund to register them. And I don't think we're doing that. I think we're just letting the hospital run in the negative, I'm thinking.
okay,
Because it hasn't been brought to the commission to make a decision, and that's not up to the treasurer needs to bring it. Does that make sense?
yeah, oh yeah. And I don't think anything's been issued that I know of, like, for warrant or,
Yeah, I think they've, pretty much kept just paying these claims and like the cash probably, if I go in there, see what the cash balance is for the hospital. Need to go ask Sarah. I don't know, I just opened that, we can probably close that.
So minimize that. Minimize that.
Nice that.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gotta remember that. Minimize. Where you used to be able to do it, didn't have to minimize out at where you were at.
Right.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's silly. I feel like an idiot. Yeah.
That house and hall that we rent out, do we get a rent payment every month?
Mhm.
Does that come through claims too?
Yeah,
Or is it
I'm
just?
sure it probably,
Treasurer's office.
yeah, and then it goes into the general fund. And there's a revenue line item for rent.
Okay.
So right now, they're not registered warrants. So the balance is in the negative 1,000,000.
Yeah.
27,565. 560. So, yeah, that needs to be addressed, whether or not. You know, where we could register them. Truly, we were always used to register them out of Pilt,
Yeah,
and Pilt doesn't have the money to register them, so,
no,
yeah.
yeah, needing their ducks in a row.
I guess it's something we kind of need to know what's going on.
Yep. I just meet with the treasurer first and then next one will
Yeah,
with him. What's the name, Brian,
Yeah,
the CEO or whatever?
yeah, we absolutely wouldn't be able to register warrants. So that's why it's running in negative. No place to register them.
We already signed it, just sign next to it.
Who signed it?
Is that Scott? That's Scott.
There,
I just go ahead and initial it,
no,
cause it was signed in December, so,
right. But, oh yeah, that's.
yeah.
Blanchfire approval. Not too mature.
Which are two. Very good.
You steal mine.
Or stand up.
Oh, if I don't think this, then do it.
Let's say yours, because I pulled it out of the file. Thank you. Great.
I'll do it go in and out. Go up and down, pull it out, straight out. Okay, fine.
What? Don't trust it. Through the window.
So. Yeah, so that. And solid waste, are we putting these in, is there a folder over
Yeah, there's that kind of more brown looking
there?
one.
On top?
Probably, should say solid waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find a good system for those little slips, just.
The back went out this weekend.
Oh, no.
Like it was kind of coming, like I went and got fixed and then. I was wrestling, excuse me, I was wrestling around with Wyatt. Before Christmas or whatever. Hard my neck pretty good. We're wrestling pretty hard. Next thing you know, like middle of my shoulder blade, like I got like a pinched nerve, my neck was tight. I was like, oh, I'll get in. Well, finally, like, what was it? Wednesday.
Really?
I'm getting real tight on my back, on my lower back, and it's lighting my nerves up, and I'm like, it was getting real bad. Like, I screw my disc up again or something, and I take muscle relaxers
Really?
on Friday and Saturday just to like be able to walk and coach.
Right.
Oh, it's hurting. I went in yesterday, got popped. I'm still pretty sore.
I bet.
Gotta go back in again next week.
Ouch.
But at least it wasn't a disc issue.
That's true.
I was like, oh, I don't want back surgery again.
No, it's horrible. What's that?
Hope I didn't leave.
Not here. Should have the person phone.
Yeah.
What was she doing?
Oh. No, she went in that treasurer's office. I don't see if she, so I can end the meeting then. Septic cleaning.
just making notes of minutes back in 92.
Oh.
I make a motion that we accept the claims for December 2025.
I'll second it. Any public comment?
Justine Richmond, I think we agree, and it seems as though your responsibility as commissioners is to provide financial oversight, which would include don't pay for things that we don't receive, keep track of property that we do have, that the county does have, and to, not pay people who aren't doing their job. It seems to me as though we're moving to a situation where we're gonna be paying a commissioner that's sitting in jail. In my opinion, I don't think we should. I would think that you might have a problem with that too. I do have a question about delinquent audit reports. It looks like Granite County is on the list for 2024. The report was due 3/31/25. Do we have an update on that?
For what, delinquent?
The audit report for 2024?
What about it?
It's delinquent.
Yeah.
Is there an update on that? Why
Um,
is that delinquent?
Well, I think you can probably, Sarah will explain. There was something with the auditor and so. 24 isn't. I'm not quite sure. I think Sarah will be able to tell you why it's not done yet.
Okay. Yes, correct. Are you gonna have another public comment period? Before the meeting is adjourned?
Nope.
No.
Just on correspondence, what we were asking public comment on. Just correspondence.
Well, I just want to say real quick that Trish Schreiber is gonna be at the study commission meeting tomorrow night. She's a Montana House District candidate for District 76.
Thank you. All in favor? Bud, you ready? You ready?
Elaine's turn.
Thank you, Elena Gagli. Thank you, Elena Gagliano, for the record, the final comment. I don't know if Justine said this, I couldn't hear that well. But as a study commissioner, I'm just advising you that we will have a special guest tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, at the study commission in the courthouse. And House District 76 candidate Trish Schreiber will be there. She attended a few other meetings and she's very interested in local government water issues. And so she's going to be there. It's not a debate or anything. It's going to be questions and hopefully we'll have a lot of people there. And of course, you guys are invited. Thank you.
Thanks, Elena. Go ahead, Eric. I gotta mute yourself.
Got it.
There you go.
Hey, thanks for letting me just visit with you a little bit. I just have a couple of questions as a member of the Airport Advisory Board. I was wondering, I haven't seen the minutes yet from last Wednesday's meeting, and I was wondering if it's possible to obtain the exact wording of that motion that was made by the commissioners.
It was the airport.
Yeah, we have them. We'll get them approved and get them out.
Okay.
On January 17th or January
Next week.
7th, that's the one. We haven't
Yes,
approved them,
7.
have we?
No. We'll get them next week.
Okay. Is the current engineer, KLJ, which has done the planning studies, are they still under contract with the commissioners for airport engineer?
No,
Oh, okay. Do we have a current engineer that is under contract?
no.
Okay. Um, I guess
There wouldn't-
next,
What
The
do
next-
you talking about? We don't have an engineer on contract with the airport. We're not planning anything with the airport.
yeah, I understand. That's kind of why I wanted to find out what the wording was and just find out kind of the direction that we're headed. You know, as a member of the Airport Advisory Board, I'm not sure where we're going. Obviously, there was a big plan put forth to take us through 2031, and
Oh, you
it
muted
doesn't.
yourself again. Can't hear you. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Eric, but we can't hear you. I guess just to answer your question, Eric, at a later date here, probably in like a month, we're gonna have another follow-up meeting with all of you guys from the airport board to figure out what the next steps are going forward. Yeah, we don't have any audio, Eric.
Justin Richmond, would you be able to send him a draft of those meeting minutes so
Once
that
they're
he doesn't, a draft? The draft has been released in the past, so that he doesn't have to wait until next Tuesday to see the approved
He
minutes.
needs to request them himself.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Anybody can request the draft minutes if they haven't been approved